yellow, Mr. Red or White. Nobody knows the good or side. Black, brown, yellow, Mr. Red or White. Nobody knows the good or side. You don't know. No, you don't know. Rasta call him Jaja. Muslim call him Allah. Asian call him Buddha. Garifuna Booty Obama. What color is God's skin? What color is God's skin?
One God, same God, one destiny. One God, same God, one destiny.
Black from yellow, Mr. Red or White. Nobody knows the good or side. Black from yellow, Mr. Red or White. Nobody knows the good or side.
One God, same God, one destiny. God, one God, same God, one destiny. God.
Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We present our weekly radio show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have interviews from Aurelio Martinez to Consigo, Gado Nunez, Gloria Osiris, Lord Agustin. Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga brings them all to you on our weekly radio show. Listen live on your home computer, smartphone, iPad, and notebook. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook through Ronnie Figueroa. Also on TuneIn, if you don't have the application, download it for free. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally set and ready for the interview of 2015. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for accepting my invitation to be on my show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the renowned Garifuna artist from Dangriga, Belize, and he is one of the three major painters out of his community. When Mr. Benjamin Nicolas or Delvin Pen Cayetano is mentioned, Greg Palacio is automatically included. Greg earned a bachelor's in arts degree in game art design with an emphasis in animation. Palacio's intent is to accomplish his teaching art credential and return one day to his native country and motivate the underprivileged artistic youth by giving them an opportunity to excel in an art internationally. Greg, welcome tonight.
Thanks for having me, Ronnie.
Beautiful, man. Well, we want to apologize for what happened yesterday. We suffered a number of technical difficulties, and it happened for a reason, but we're glad to have you back, and we are glad for you to have granted us this second chance to learn about you, to know more about Greg Palacio.
Sure, no problem. My pleasure. I always wanted to greet my people and for them to hear from me firsthand.
Beautiful, man. If I may ask, how was it like growing up in Dangriga?
Well, to be honest, that it's the best part of my life. You know, it was just it was a simple life then. Besides school, you know, where learning was very competitive. You know, we just didn't pass us along. You had to actually pass your classes. So that kept me engaged and kept the students engaged. But we also, you know, we look forward to the rainy season, which is especially the boys, I should say, because we would have flood. You know, back in those days, back then it would flood in Dangriga, you know, and we wouldn't have school, so we would just go. We would be in the waters, just, you know, we would have the neighborhood boats, and we'd collect all the fruits and vegetables and whatever comes from the farm would flow into town, and so we would collect them and we would share them among each other, you know.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
what a lifestyle.
So that was fun for me as a boy. My neighborhood was bustling with kids. We were very active, you know. And boys and girls, we would play in the streets, and we would just we had games. We would have team races, and we would even we made our own toys around at that time too. You know, we were very creative and inventive.
Yes.
So yeah, so you know that was all a part of it. You know, Saturday mornings or when we usually go to the farm. You know, we'd go to the farm, and we'd bring back whatever we need to bring back from the farm for the day's supply and so forth, you know. But my fondest memory of the farm was when we had we would have a family day at the farm, you know, and my grandparents and all the relatives would all get together, and that's when you get to meet your, you know, spend a day with your relatives, and we would clean the farm and go swimming, and we would cook one big meal, and we'd just share the meal together, and we'd hear stories, and we'd have jokes, and oh man, it was just family fun, you know, love.
That's beautiful, man. Thank you for sharing with us these wonderful moments of you growing up in Dangriga. Dangriga must be a whole different town this day and age, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, man. Because back in those days, you know, we had a lot of discipline. You know, we had manners. We had to respect our elders. We would greet them when we would meet them in the streets. You know, good morning, good afternoon, y'all, or no for that type of that in that way. You know, and we couldn't if we were mischievous in the street, and one of them would catch us, man. You know, they had the authority to discipline us, or they would come and they could come tell on you, which would be double trouble, right?
Yes, man.
So and all, you know, as kids, you know, we would tease the ones that we can get away with, but then in all, man, you know, it was just maximum respect, and the elders were caring, you know. They had groups, they had the different dance groups, and we would attend the different functions, and that's what I got, you know, the music, man. That was a soundtrack of my life, because I grew up right down the street from his Salvador, the great the master drummer, you know.
Oh.
And he always had a group in his yard, and my little sister danced to this group, and we hung around. We couldn't touch his drum, of course, because that was his private drum. But every so often he would give us drum lessons, and we saw the greats come through. Machete would come through there sometimes, and the different drummers would pass through, and it would be festive, you know.
Yes, man. Wow, this is
great, man. And I got to touch on the sports too, because back then, we didn't have TV, so we organized. We had the youth would have different. Every neighborhood had a soccer team. So instead of gang-banging, we would compete against each other to see, which neighborhood had the best teams and so forth. But then, we had different primary schools, so. Most of the kids on our side of town would attend the same schools. We had 3 different schools on that side. On our side of town, Sacred Heart, Methodist, and Anglican. So we kind of knew each other, especially if we played sports. And you represent our school, and we would either play with each other or compete.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. You're making it sound so good that it's so hard to really let go of those fascinating times. I know manners have changed. I know a lot of the young kids today are different, not only back home, but also here in the States, coming from Garifuna families. I think the assimilation has a lot to do with it, trying to become American. But one thing that I have observed, though, in many Garifuna homes is that their kids are usually very respectful. They maintain the manners. They respect the elders. The elders respect the children. They give them a space. And I think it's a wonderful thing. And it's a good thing to know that a lot of Garifuna homes still maintain that cohesiveness, trying to include the elderly, including the children and the entire family. So I think it's a good fusion going on. Of course, we get a few of the families that don't care or they just don't have that cohesiveness in their own. But the majority that I have observed, they do follow these wonderful manners and wonderful families that I've become acquainted with.
Yeah, well, we even though we left Belize, we left our country, Angrega and so forth. We still carried along our ways, our customs, the way we raise kids, the way we relate to them, stuff like that. And since we have the Garifuna organizations that they still cater to kids, where they have the little dance groups, and every time we get together, the kids come along and they're playing, and everybody's still watching each other's kids, making sure they're okay. And so they know they come from a unique setting and background. So. They carry some of our ways, and you can tell by their mannerisms. So, all in all, I gotta say our people are doing a great job with our kids. We just gotta keep them closer to our culture,
Definitely. I want to send a big shout out to all of our listeners who are faithful to our radio show every Wednesday. Today, of course, it's a very special show on a Thursday and never been done before. But because we have so much respect for you, Greg, we have accommodated the time, and the radio station has allowed us to reschedule this interview for today, Thursday. But I want to acknowledge the listeners. We have Garifuna Empress Ogaldes listening in Chicago, Byron Cayo Jr. listening in New York. Also, Jonathan Silva, owner of LMB Roots radio station. Ruth Molina listening in Riverside County. Colcho Buck Ciego is listening, our very good friend. I think he's one of the few Garifuna that I know that never follow rules or anything. So, man, I don't know. What do you say to Colcha, man? Colcho Buck.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that last question?
Yes, no, I'm saying we have a lot of listeners checking in from all parts of the country, including, of course, people from Trinidad and Tobago, from St. Vincent and the Grenadines are tuned in tonight. But I was saying there is a gentleman there that never was able to pick up on the good manners of Garifuna. His name is Martin Pastor, also known as Colcha Buck y Ciego. What do you think about him?
Yeah, let's get greetings to Buck. One of our younger organizers, and I respect what he's doing. Love. He was also my old soccer teammate on East City, a heck of a soccer player.
Yes.
Now, many people that didn't get to see him play, it was a treat to watch him play.
Beautiful. Hey, big up to you, Culture Buck. We love you, man, and thank you for being a faithful listener to the show. He is checking in. He says he got popcorn, check. Remote, check. Nacho del Grande, check. Hearing aid, check. So he's ready. He's listening to us tonight.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, listeners. Yes, man. My next question, Greg, is how many siblings do you have? You come from a very numerous family. How many siblings do you have?
Yeah, well, my mother was a only child, but it's 9 of us. I have six. There are 6 boys and 3 girls. The eldest Philip, he's in the medical field. Selby is a computer tech. John's a machinist. Renee, security. Emil, he works with AT&T for a while, a manager there. Milt is now coaching Idaho University. And then Joycelyn, of course, is in the educational field. She has a PhD. Cheryl works at the White House, and my baby sister Tracy, she's a stylist. She does hair.
Yes, man. That's nice. So you mentioned the first 3 people. We couldn't hear it real well. Can you repeat the first 3, the older ones?
My oldest brother, Philip, he's in the medical field.
Okay.
And, then Selby, he used to play with Dangriga's children.
Oh, yes.
He's a retired guitarist, but he is now into computers. He's a computer tech. And then John, my brother, is a machinist. He makes airplane parts.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Beautiful. Thank you, man. And of course,
and I also want to give a shout out to them, for being so phenomenal representing when my mother passed. So I'm just glad that we stuck together and came through.
wow, yes, man. We got some listeners who are trying to call in. I am sure they want to ask you questions, but we're going to take those questions later. So we're going to have to hang up on this call and have them wait until we get through with the questions with Greg Palacio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Tonight, we are broadcasting only on www.lmbroots.com radio, which is able to accommodate hundreds and thousands of listeners. So don't worry about the signal getting dropped tonight. We are good to go, and we are proud to say that we have the finest interviews every Wednesday. And tonight, of course, Garifuna painter, Garifuna musician, Mr. Greg Palacio is with us. Greg, you mentioned your siblings. Can you talk about your parents, man? A lot of people know very little about your parents, and they don't make the connection yet until what you're going to tell us.
Wow. Well, man, my parents, where can I start? Best ever, I wouldn't trade them for the world, Of course, they are both educators. They taught for years in Belize, all over Belize, that is. My mom, she unfortunately passed last year. As a matter of fact, her memorial is this Sunday,
Oh, wow.
Love you, Mom. I got to give that shout out because without her, I wouldn't have been here,
Yes, man.
My dad is still alive and kicking. Yeah, he's a tough old bird, I'm sure. I know he's listed, so I got to be on my P's and Q's tonight.
Mr. Palacio, buitiguño, idabiangi arufudahati.
There you go. Yeah, my dad is 84 years old now, and he's coping with the loss, and we're still in his corner, and I just want to thank him for all he has done for us, and for not only for my family, but the immediate family, but the community at large.
Yes, no, man, I got to put in my share into this because I know Mr. Clifford Palacio for a long time now, and he has been a man of honor. He has been a man that has lended his knowledge, his helping hand without any, conditions. He said, Ronnie, whenever you need me, I'm here to help you, and he has helped us to translate documents, helped us to translate books, to help us with the Garifuna classes that we used to have last year and previously for the past 7 years. You know, he's actually a board member of GAHFU, of the Garifuna American Heritage Foundation, and I have a lot of respect for your dad and your mom as well. Wonderful teachers. They started their life in Belize teaching around the country, picking up other languages other than Spanish. They learned Mayan and of course Garifuna, which is their native language. And every time I came to your house, to Mr. Palacio's house, we were always welcome with delicious food and a nice time just to talk and celebrate life, man. So I do remember your mom a whole lot, Greg.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you spending a lot of good times there too, Ronnie, and I was glad that my dad is able to pass on a lot of knowledge to you guys. Because by the way, you're doing a great job with the community and organizing and staying afloat, staying on top of the issues, and trying to educate the youths. And for all you do, you know, we appreciate you too. You and your beautiful wife.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And
my family.
As a matter of fact, yes, you and Cheryl are related, so you guys are family, and we are all family here.
There you go. There you go.
We have a suggestion coming from New York, from Byron. Byron says, this is just an idea, Greg. Can we have a few minutes at the end of the show to teach a few words in Garifuna and the meaning of the words?
If time permits, no problem. Sure.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Byron, for that suggestion, brother. We'll follow up. Greg, my next question is: can you? I know we know you as a painter. You have made some wonderful works of art. How do you select a subject to paint? What is your muse?
Well, you know, I started out painting my recollections of my Garifuna culture, right? The people that inspired me and my own realities. But my muse, I would say, my biggest inspiration is my peers. You know, the people that I paint with. Penn, of course, Mr. Nicholas, other international artists, and especially the masters. You know, because if you study the master paintings, then you can learn from them, and you can get close to it as possible, or even better, and go beyond. You know.
Yes, beautiful. I was able to go and retrieve some of the paintings from your Facebook page. Is it okay if I share it with the public, just for them to get an idea of the quality of work that you do? I was able to get the one with the Wanarawa. I don't know if it's okay for me to share on Facebook off of your page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and put it on my Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, my Facebook page is Ronnie Figueroa, R-O-N-Y Figueroa, F-I-G-U-E-R-O-A. You can come and see some of the paintings, some of the great paintings that Mr. Greg Palacio has been able to create throughout the years, and to the point that today, I mean, he's just creating more masterpieces in the serenity and in the privacy of his house, you know. And so with that in mind, I'm going to ask you next. You are musically inclined as well, right? So
yes.
As a matter of fact, you have recorded Garifuna music. Can you expand a little bit on that?
Yeah, well, you know, I grew up around music. As a little boy, you know, we used to make our own instruments, like every other little Garifuna child or boy, and we would play them till we were able to get the real stuff, you know. When I migrated here to the United States, to LA, then I formed a band with some of my friends and cousins. You know, Jason played with me, Guerrero, and also. Francis Estrada, Chimilio, Clarence, a few. We had a band called Ibani. We were the original band here, as a matter of fact, you know.
Ibani band, so, wow.
Yeah. So we, you know, my dad was gracious enough for us to use his den to rehearse. because of the amount of traffic and crowd that after they heard about us, it became overwhelming. He told us, well, it's time for you guys to launch, And so we went on for a few years, and Jamila did that song Sensu.
Oh yeah, Sunkateya Sensu.
Yeah. So after that, I moved on. I got together with Lebaya Baba, with Jeff, Dantel, and D-Bone. Big shout out to my crew too. And we did our thing for years. We decided to play music because the music was being diluted, in a way, with the big Punta Rock craze. So, and since we grew up with the drum, the whole drum ensemble, and the real raw roots style and culture, so we said we were going to try to preserve that and hold that for the children to at least to catch on and to move, to carry it to another level, But in between time, I also, I had to release a CD in '95, called Yumuro, which is poverty, and then I did a single, Ragadan, and I also did a video, God's Kid, the music you heard earlier. I didn't release the audio to it, but just the video. And now I have a song on the online radio, Django, called Institutionalized. I did this one in reggae. I've done reggae and in Garifuna and in English, but I thought it was important for me to do one in English so they can understand what we're talking about. And this one is really, we'll get a chance to hear it. I hope you have it.
How about we could play it next, so we could take a little break. You and I could go and drink some water, refresh our throat, and then come back after the song. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have Garifuna painter and singer and songwriter, Mr. Greg Palacio, on the line. We are live and direct from the studios in Long Beach, and we are live through www.lmbroots.com radio in New York. We have a full house, and we want to send a big shout out to all of our listeners in the East Coast. New York is in the house. Los Angeles is in the house. Belize is in the house. I know people are listening in Chicago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course in Guatemala is where they are listening. So, Kemotia, here's the song by Greg P. called Greg P. The song is called Institutionalized. Kemotia.
Wow! Don't cry, baby. Institutionalized racism have to end. Institutionalized racism has got to end. Institutionalized racism have to end. Institutionalized racism has got to end.
Got to end.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Somebody help me, Lord. They have a thing called racial profiling. So frisk and search needs dismantling. Institutionalized racism have to end. Institutionalized racism has got to end. Don't cry, mama. Let me wipe those tears from your eye. Don't cry, sister. I just wanna see you smile.
No cry, no cry, no cry, no cry.
Institutionalized racism have to end. Institutionalized racism is got to end. Minority lives matter, so stop treating us like dirt. You value your life, my life is worth. Grand jury is a false sense of hope. This your system, think we all a joke. Don't shoot, cease fire. Don't shoot. I got my hands in the streets protesting, north, south, east, and west. Institutionalized racism have to end. My God, why? Institutionalized racism has got to end. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? Don't cry, mama. Let me wipe those tears from your eyes. Don't cry, sister. I just wanna see you smile. Institutionalized racism have to end. My God, why? Institutionalized racism has got to end. Watch a lot of them people dressed in a red, gold, and green. His Majesty enlighten them so they realize we culture supreme. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let there be love.
Let there be love. Let there be love. Love. Let there be love and peace. Let there be love. Let there be love. Love.
Beautiful, man. That's nice. Great message there, Greg.
Yeah, Namole.
Very nice, very nice. So I was telling people online, as we get a lot of people who are chatting with me. It is hard to keep up. It's so much people who are interacting through Facebook. I was telling them that the song is available on as a download on iTunes, Amazon. Where else can people get it?
Well, right now I have it on those three medias. I should be releasing a hard copy pretty soon. I'm already at 5,000, but and climbing, you know. But I have over 500,000 listeners, so it's a beautiful thing. It's just going viral, which very unexpected, you know.
Very nice, man. I think a lot of people have respect for the kind of work that you put out because it's not every day that you get an artist that has such a rich culture like you, you know. So it is you're sought after. You know, we are going to talk about that in a few minutes, but let me ask you the next question. Where are your paintings today? Is the Smithsonian Institute still making an offer to buy one of your paintings today?
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. About 15 years ago, they wanted to buy my the good painting that I did. So it's like full circle. When we went there the other day, in 2013, I left a painting there for them. They wanted me to leave a piece, so I left the piece of the Lion Baba there. So that's in one of the museums there, and I'm very proud of that.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. And what about the offer, the fact that they do want to acquire one of your paintings for them to have it there? I think it's a way of ownership, right?
Yes, it is. It is. And, you know, when I was younger, I wasn't aware. I was more looking at being exploited, but not just knowing the organization now and from the inside, I think that it's one of the greatest honor any artist can have.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. You come from a very prominent family, man. I think we talked about this already, that you have doctors. Your brother was an NBA player, Palacio, and now he is a coach for his alma mater, the school that he came out of before he joined the NBA. You have members of the military and, of course, working in the White House. Man, that is amazing. Do you feel the pressure to succeed?
Thanks, man, but no, not really. You know what? Because my parents, they were outstanding citizens, and they were prominent in the community, So that in itself, they raised the bar for us. So we expected to at least match up to them. We were encouraged, to pursue our own careers. There was no pressure. They just facilitated it. They whatever we wanted, if they were able to get it, they tried to get it for us and lead us in the right direction. And that was it. It was up to you to do what you needed to do.
Yes, man. I think that created a healthy competition, and it allowed you to be the person you wanted to be. You didn't have to be following on nobody's footsteps. I think each one of you guys is so secure in your own contributions to the family and to society, because each one of you has something to offer in a very positive manner, man. So congratulations on that, Greg.
Yes, thanks,
man. Out of all of the paintings that you have in your collection, is there a particular one that stands out, and why?
Well, yeah, you know what? The good painting. That painting to me is the most prized painting, because it's a funny thing. That would be a whole other show, because it came to me in a dream. Yeah, it came to me in a dream, and I dreamt it several times before I attempted to paint it. And when I did, it was flawless. And that's the same painting that the Smithsonian wanted to buy. And now looking back at it, I can look at it and go, well, you know what, I could have done this and that. But all in all, I entered it into a competition, won first place, among some great painters. And it's a small watercolor, but a very powerful piece. I think it's one of my better pieces. And I just, because we were in our ceremonies, in the Garifuna, we're not able to we're not supposed to take pictures. So me painting it from my mind, made it a little easier to kind of explain and preserve the spirituality of our ceremony through that painting,
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Much respect to you, man. I think that's and where can we see that painting? Is that painting anywhere on the internet so people could get an idea where to go, or do they have to go to a museum?
Yes, no, I have that one. I hate to part with it. Like I said, I'm holding on to that one. But I do have it on Saatchi.com. Saatchi is an international online art venue. And so you can always go on there and you can purchase one on canvas or whatever size you would like.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's pretty reasonable.
That's good. How do you spell the name of that website?
I'm sorry?
How do you spell the name of the website that you just mentioned?
Saatchi, SAATCHI.com.
Okay, so it is SATCHI.com, ladies and gentlemen, right?
Yeah, it has 2 A's.
Oh, okay.
SAA. Yeah, SAATCHI. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so we're going to redo it again. SAATCHI.com.
Correct.
Saatchi.com. Got it, brother. Okay,
yes,
so let me delete the other one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am posting the name of the website so you are able to buy a canvas or any other form copy of the famous painting of the Dugu by Greg Palacio. A very virtuoso, I would say, very special painting that came out of a dream. So go ahead and you can share the page with the friends and family. I posted it already, so it is Saatchi, SAATCHI, ladies and gentlemen, to go and appreciate the painting from the great Greg Palacio. Okay, so next question, Greg. Let's see. What do you want your legacy to be? For example, Greg Palacio was... Complete the sentence.
Well, I would just say my painting will withstand the test of time, and I would like to leave an art foundation for the future young artists, Belizean artists, or Caribbean artists, because we don't get that much exposure in the Caribbean, So I would like for more young people to paint and express themselves and show the beauty of our countries, because there are some beautiful countries down there in the Caribbean.
Wow. Go ahead, man. Continue talking. I'm typing information in regards to the site right now so that people, because I'm getting a barrage of questions from the audience right now. So go ahead and help me here, Greg.
Well, you know what? Tell them. Yeah. Also, they can just Google my name, Greg Palacio, and then the link will be on top. That will be the first link. It'll be Sachi.com. It will be an art, and you just click on that. That's the easiest way.
Okay, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from the painter, from the Garifuna artist, musician, and of course, our guest tonight right here on Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, which is aired every Wednesday from 7 to 9. But tonight we have a very special show as we faced some technical difficulties last night. We were able to reschedule and, of course, get Greg for all of you listeners tonight from 7 to 9 on Thursday, April 23rd. So my next question, Greg, thanks for that. What are some of your strengths and weaknesses, and how does that define the man that you are today?
Kate? Well, no. Well, man, I would say my strengths would be my talents. You know, I'm blessed that I was blessed with some natural talents. And my weaknesses, I would say I have zero tolerance for nonsense, you know.
Binarut, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I now understand how my dad feels.
Oh, wow, that's great, man. I love that. Yeah, your dad is like that. Your dad doesn't tolerate nonsense.
Yeah, there we go.
I want to bring you forward to today. What projects are you currently working on right now?
Well, I'm working on a few projects. I've collaborated with the CEO of Homegrown Entertainment, Eugene Medina. Actually, he's my uncle too. So big shout out to my uncle. I know he's listening in New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're working on an album for Adrian the Doc, and it's a Changing Lanes. It's going to be a groundbreaking album as well. And the other project is with Hurdy, Mother Hopkins. Man, that man can sing, man. Garifuna there, you know. So, you know, big shout out to those two guys too. If they're listening, you know.
Yes.
And I'm getting ready to illustrate a book for Ludwig Palacio, my cousin in PG. We're working on some private stories that he was told by the great man Nabor himself, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, so I love this story. I love the storyboard already, and we're going over it, and we still have a little ways to go. But I hope everyone support these projects because it's authentic Garifuna too, you know.
Yes, man. Beautiful. Thanks for that, man. That's a lot of work ahead of you, man. I see your work everywhere, especially on the brand new CD that was released by your brother-in-law, Leonard Cayetano. The paintings on the CD, in and out on the whole booklet are your paintings, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We collaborated as well. Man, brother, my brother-in-law Leonard, you know, he pushed me to the limits. He is in depth when it comes to the culture, you know, and so he makes me think outside the box, and I really have to really reach out and try to capture our culture in another angle per se. But all in all, I love it because it challenges, you know, and that's what I need. I hate to stay dormant. I like to keep growing and moving. So. The more ideas that come, or I collaborate with somebody that has a greater idea, then it gives me a chance to put my skills to use. In other words.
Yes, man. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Leonard Cayetano is married to your sister, the doctor, right?
Joycelyn, yes.
Joycelyn, yeah, Dr. Joycelyn Cayetano, Palacio Cayetano, that is, yes.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that information. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in buying the CD is available on CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes for downloads. And it is, I think it's called, I forget the name of the album, but it's by Leonard Cayetano. Ibagari. Ibagari is the name of the album. Life. Yes, beautiful. Okay, so you have participated in cultural indigenous event in Washington D.C. I remember that big event organized by the Smithsonian Institute,
Yeah.
where there was a group of indigenous people coming from not only the United States but the world. Can you
Yeah.
tell us about your experience as a member of the band called the Banya Baba Cultural Drummers, which was a band that was invited to come and perform?
Well, tell the truth, that musically, that's my best experience so far. There were millions of people that passed through there daily, and we shared the big stage. When we first got there, they saw us with just drums, and all these other bands had all these different instruments. But after we played it, and the crowd we attracted, they left us on the big stage because every time we performed, it was so crowded that it was standing room only.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that was an experience in itself. Beautiful, and like I said, my band. We also worked with some groups out of Honduras, and there are some intellect there from Garifuna, from Belize, Honduras, Guatemala. Aunt Martha came with us. We had Mingo, we had Papi, the Wanarwa dances. It was a great ensemble of Garifuna people, and I'm very proud of them because professionally we stood out and everyone carried themselves accordingly. So we left a big impression on them, and I'm sure that whoever follows through, they'll be expecting a lot of them as well.
Yes, man. I'm trying to share the link. I have the link of the performance in Washington, D.C., and this is a copy that I got from Flavio Alvarez, the Wanarawa chief back in the days before he retired. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. This is the performance by Libanya Baba in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people at the Smithsonian Institute organized big event. It was an indigenous coming together right in front of the White House, and it was such a success. It was lots and lots of bands, and I just posted the YouTube video, Los Angeles Wanarawa, along with Libanya Baba drumming ensemble playing right there, and you could see Greg Palacio on the drums. It was such a wonderful performance that happened in 2013 for the Smithsonian Folk Life Festival in Washington, D.C. Beautiful performance, Greg.
Yeah, thanks. I also got to mention James Lovell. He did a phenomenal job as well. He's a true teacher, and musically he really explained why we were there, and it was very it was like I said, it was one of my greater experiences.
Yes, I understand that there was also a session where Miss Marta Martinez, Aunt Marta, had to cook Garifuna dishes.
Yes,
and
yes.
as she was cooking, you guys were being fed, and not only you, but everybody else who came to sit down with you guys and enjoy the festivities. Everybody was enjoying the hudutu, the darasa, and who knows what else you guys were eating that day.
Yeah, we had our own tent, and our tent was one of the most active. Everyone wanted to be around because of our drumming, and we attracted people. So after we performed, we got back to the tent. People want to hear us some more, so they followed us to our tent, and it was a madhouse. But I loved every second of it. I mean, it's something that you can only experience.
Yes, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. This is your weekly radio show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Tonight we have a very special rescheduled interview with Garifuna painter, songwriter, and of course performer, Mr. Greg Palacio, who is with us via telephone lines. And it is a special show because he has accepted to be with us tonight. And of course we are going to play the next song. We're going to take a little break as we play the song Ragada. And I want Greg to introduce this tune to you while we listen to the song. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll get back with more interview with Garifuna painter, artist Greg Palacio. So go ahead, Greg, introduce the next song.
All right, this is one of my originals, Ragana, and I hope you guys enjoy. Garifuna loves to cook, and we have some great dishes. So this is a dedication to our food. Here we go, Ragana.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Wow, beautiful. Nice song, Greg.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Man, this has been a great evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live every Wednesday from 7 to 9. We have Greg Palacio, Garifuna painter, Garifuna songwriter, and now a Garifuna Wanarawa dancer. How's that? I saw you dance Wanarawa for the first time last December, Greg. What motivated you to join the group for that very first time?
Well, Labuga, I've been dancing Managua since from BRA in Bangladesh. As a little boy, I danced every year till I came to the States, And matter of fact, I was one of the dancers, the first dance Managua here in LA, well, in California, back when my dad was the president of the Garifuna community then. Myself and Claude Morales, that's way back. I believe I saw a picture of it the other day in the newspaper. Well, somebody posted a newspaper online. So it just brought back memories to me, what happened was I've been promising Papi that I would dance every year. Flavia told me, you know what? I have my wababa, because I know how to make the wababa. One of my grandmas taught me how to sew the shells and so forth. It was one of the things that we as boys had to learn. But I didn't have any shells, and every year, one year I went home and I said I was going to get some shells. I ended up getting some material because for my art show I got a seine instead. I said, well, I can always get some shells. Well, actually, an aunt of mine, when I went to see and bite, she gave me a jar of shells, and I forgot them there because I had another chore to do, and I forgot them. So that was that. So finally, I went home. I went to L.A. And they were practicing Mingo and the rest of the guys, Doc Reyes, and I told him, hey, you know what, man, I want to dance, but I need some shells. He said, oh, we have some shells. I said, you serious? I said, if you have some shells, I have everything else, He said, oh, we can get you some shells. So I said, okay, great. Doc called me the Friday, and he goes, listen, I'm sewing these shells. You sure you're coming down? I'm like, oh, you're right. Okay, good. I'll be there, And I made it a point to go down and dance. But one of the main reasons I danced was because, you know what, like I said, I danced back home, and I saw the great dancers dance. Yo Max, Rocky Lane, D-Line, Mr. Valentine,
wow.
John Weil. Big Beans, Small Joe, Big Joe, all these guys were great dancers. And so what I wanted to do was to show these kids here in LA, that there are different styles of dance in Wanagua, Jankono, And so what I did was every house I did a different a dance, like a different dancer, to give the youth a chance to see that that there are different styles of dancing. And also, it's great to learn the way the hooping malad, but we have great dancers from Tanzania, and that tradition is carried on right now. Matter of fact, my cousin Vincent Service from New York, he would go down every Christmas to dance with a couple of guys.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing, man. Amazing what the culture could do, man. You could have left your beautiful town of Dangriga, but that part of you, the culture, was never taken away, or you never abandoned it, man. It came right along with you. Wow, that's amazing. I want to send a big shout out to Eckert Francisco, listening in Las Vegas, Nevada. He said, hello, Greg, looking great. Also, Jorge Reyes from Honduras, listening in Los Angeles. Ruth Molina, Roy Rivas as well. Thomas Porfirio Mandingo Gomez is listening live. Desiree Mejia. Ivy Max is listening. Barbie Elaine Palacio. Larry Lewis Gillette. Man, so many people listening live right now. Our immigration lawyer, Sharon S.K. Williams, is listening in Northern California. Randy Nunez Neri, a big-time promoter in the Garifuna music from New York via Labuga, is listening as well. Arita Williams, Jessica Cayetano, let's see, Miss Thomas, so many people listening, Greg. We are so blessed to have a great audience tonight, and being able to listen to your message and get close to one of our favorite painters and Garifuna artists, arranger, and now Wanarawa dancer, Mr. Greg Palacio. Greg, we have come to the end of the interview, but I want to ask you this final question. What is your final message you want to leave to the community?
Well, right? So what we need to do is we have to have patience to teach our kids our culture, the dances, the food, the music, how to sew, how to keep the tradition, and we have to find a way to pass it on to them, and so that they can carry on. We also need to name our children. We got to give them Garifuna names, so they cannot speak the language. At least they'll know what their name is and what it means.
Yes.
Right. There are elders that are teaching the culture, so we have to get proactive. We need to write. We need to teach the correct history to support and buy our products, and not bootleg. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and I want to encourage everyone. Like, again, the musicians are doing a phenomenal job, a great job by putting out music and teaching the kids how to speak our language to our songs. And so we need to support them, But most of all, this is what I want to leave with everyone, right? We need to love our own rich culture before we adopt somebody else's culture.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. I like that. That's deep, Greg. That is really deep. I also want you to take the opportunity to acknowledge of our good listeners who are listening live right now, especially DJ Evan Hill, who is my technician. Every time my computer goes bad, man, he fixes my computer. He's listening. He said, Buga, don't forget me. And nice interview with the great Greg Palacio, he says.
All right. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming, for listening, for tuning in. And, stay positive, keep this culture alive, and keep on keeping on. It gets greater later. And abayisin so nagubugo no niduhe no obo ga abayisin.
Yes, man. Thank you so much, Greg. We love you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Greg Palacio was live right here on Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We have some good music follow up right after the interview. We have some Andy Palacio. We're gonna talk about the Garifuna language book, the workbook that we have available for a donation, and also the free lessons that are online on YouTube. But Greg, thank you so much, man, for dedicating a good hour and so many minutes of your time to be with us, to stay close with the community. God bless you, man. Aba iseni bugyo bo manumada. Buito gunyo.
Gracias.
Thank you. Gracias, Papa. Ayo.
That's the story about love and peace. And you're going to keep this brief. I love music. Have mercy. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Pay your money, go in at the dance. Armstrong butterfly, bubble jump and a prance. Grab your partner, get on the floor. Chill out, mass, you fi hold it down. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease.
Big up to my friend Martin Bermudez in New York.
Fighting cease. Too much violence in the land. Serious condition. Some man kill them fellow man. Other man like beat up a man. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. In the fool's heart, there is no God, but I lie them a tell. I'm mad them not. They just fool them up. That's God fighting without a cause. They must be mad. Jump around, and you know you love God. If God in your ass, don't get out like your man. Without a cause. That's bad, juvenile pan the mic. Now left me run. Some man when you check them move like them no one make the world improve. Them should I read and try think far. Make love, stop make war. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Every day in the street bloodshed. Every day on the news man dead. Lay down your weapon man, put away the gun. Live like that and your life soon done. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Eruption, down by the Tracy. Can't stop the punta, done by Papa Curly. Burn him up, tell him out RTD. We love Moab, and Bella Carey. Roll it down, my boy, take your time. Check the lyrics, it's a rhythm and a rhyme. Chill yourself, young boy, have fun. Look around, nice things can't done. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Speed this up, road punta rock, touch it down, reggae tune that, put them together, can't be that, and a trope in your neck, natural fact. Too much violence in the land. Serious condition. Some man kill them fellow man. Other man like beat up a man. Time to come them thing have it done. So stick around but some have to run. Spread the word all over the town. Chill out mask if you hold it down. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Time for love, time for peace, time for make all the fighting cease. Time for love, time for
We
peace,
are back. We are back.
all the fighting cease. Time for love, time
We forgot to mention one thing with Greg P. So, Greg P, we got you back online again. Kemotea. So, Greg has to share some very crucial information with the audience right now. So, let's go, Greg.
Yes, thanks again, Labuga. I just want to let everyone know, especially the people in Las Vegas, that I have an art show coming up in July. I'll be featured at the City Lights Art Gallery at downtown Henderson in Nevada. It'll be posted on my website, all my websites, and I'll put it on Facebook. The mayor and the councilwoman has already committed to be there. It will be on the 18th, will be my reception day. And I will have the high school a guest appearance by Lirahio Satue. They will do a small performance there, and I'll have the great chef Chef Lali will cater for me. Okay, so I hope to see everyone there from near and far. Okay, so thank you again, Ronnie, for having me on and for me to share my gifts with everyone.
Yeah, uwa timigeti luagu numada Greg Palacio. Abuti Greg. Aha, bongi boma numada.
Baba.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so you know already this information can be found online also through Greg's page. Greg Palacio is on Facebook as Greg Palacio, Greg Palacio, Palacio. Greg Palacio on Facebook. Make sure you visit his page. And of course, we got lots of music coming up next. Thank you so much. We have a very special guest for next week. So as we prepare for Wednesday's interview, I want to leave you with more music. I'm expecting on a phone call from Byron Cayetano, I think it is, from New York. We're going to talk about the Garifuna language workbook and, of course, the sentence structure and the way the Garifuna is written. Okay, so Kemotea.
Sweet beer
east side, on the riverside.
Wow, that was nice. That was Sweet Pain. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We are live from the studios in Long Beach through RadioCentroamerica.com and LMBRoots.com radio in New York. Every Wednesday from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bring to you the best of recording artists, musicians, producers, and musical directors behind Garifuna Music. So welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, and enjoy my show tonight. This is Clayton Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Okay, the next song is a brand new song that is being worked in the studio right now, and it is a production of Sonny D. Of course, his real name is Enrique Arana, and his son young Chris, of course, Chris Arana, the legendary bass player, of course, Sonny, is on the bass line of this song, and Chris is on the keyboards, and both Chris and Sonny are producing this brand new album. So we wanted to introduce to you a production right now. It's not finished professionally yet. It's in the works, but we just got a little sample for you right here on Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. This is called Walk Away from Love. ¿Qué motea? that's beautiful, man. That's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have on the line the promoter, the producer, the bassman, Mr. Sonny D. ¿Qué mota, Sonny?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Man.
Like you guys heard, you know, that was Walk Away for Love and Bachata, you know, something new, you know, from Caribbean Dynamics.
Oh,
you know?
wow. That's beautiful, man. That is nice. Who is the lead vocal on that song?
Okay, repeat that again.
Who's the lead vocalist on that song?
The lead vocalist is Donkey Man.
Donkey Man, man, that's beautiful arrangement. I love it, man. I know New York is gonna be hot for this song. ¿Qué motia?
Epa, ya tú sabes.
Qué bueno.
Yeah, I hope people like it, you know. Fue algo nuevo idea de Marlon, you know, para hacerlo en bachata, you know. So I hope people like it, man. I think it's a nice sound, you know.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. So, your son is not on the keyboard on this one. I thought it was Chris, you, and Donkey Man.
No, actually, it's Caribbean Dynamics.
Oh, so it's
know?
Marlon Alegría on the keyboard arrangements, you on the bass, and Donkey Man on the lead vocals. Great.
Yeah. Well, actually, Marlon produced everything. You know, I'm just like, you know, I play live and everything, but Marlon was the one that produced everything, you know?
Okay. So tell us about the next...
Dynamic.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Tell us about the next project. We're talking about a musical production that you guys are doing, you and your son, Chris, young Chris, are doing, and I have the next tune that I'm going to play. But I want you to talk about this next production that you guys are working on.
Yeah, well, actually, we coming out with a CD with different artists, like Jobo, artists from Belize and Honduras, Tucutucu, Jobo. You know, we doing a whole CD with different artists, and it should be released in 2 months.
Wow,
and it's
that's
coming
great.
out hot, man. You know, we got some good tunes on it.
Can you tell us pretty much what type of selections we are expecting to hear from this production?
Well, you expecting to hear like different punta style, Honduras punta style, Belizean punta style. It's a mix of Honduras and Belizean punta rock, you know.
Beautiful.
And
you have...
we're doing a Selena tune.
What?
You know?
Selena?
Selena
That's beautiful.
Punta, you know.
Oh, that's nice, man.
So,
and I hear you're working on a cumbia selection, but it's a an American slow jam that you turn into cumbia, right?
Right. We're also doing a cumbia, which is includes the Let's Get It On and cumbia. You know.
Wow.
We're doing all that. We're having a mixture of cumbia and calypso. It got a little bit of everything.
Well, that's beautiful, man. Well, congratulations to you and your son, young Chris. Is Chris around you by any chance so we could put him on the phone?
Man, as a matter of fact, I just left from his house, you know. I'm driving home right now.
Yeah, well, for those of you who don't know young Chris was the guy, the youngster who started with Wagia Kids. It's a band that was formed here in Los Angeles way back in the early 90s, mid-90s. It was a band produced and promoted by Bootsy Rankin, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And yeah, TC.
Right.
TC was also a member of the band, rest in peace. And of course, DJ Block was there, and many more youngsters that are now grown men, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So young Chris is one of them that stayed with the music on the keyboard, and he is doing such a great job playing for 501 Band. He used to play with Punta Cartel, and of course he does independent gigs along with you all over the United States. So you guys travel to Vegas, New York, Chicago, all over the place, right? Wherever you guys get hired. Isn't that true?
That's right. We do a little bit of freelance and everything, you know.
Beautiful.
And that band name was Most Wanted Boys, the one I used to play with.
Most Wanted Boys. Yes, I remember. Nice,
right.
Sonny.
Yeah,
Man, for those of you who
yeah.
are interested in hiring the bass player and, of course, young Chris on the keyboard, you could contact me on my Facebook page, or you could call Sonny D for independent gigs. You know, it's a two-man band right there. These guys could play anything from cumbia, to merengue, to bachata, to punta rock, whether you want it Honduran style, Belizean style, they do it all. ¿Qué, Motia?
That's right. That's right, represent.
That's right. So, Sonny, I want you to introduce the next tune right here. This tune is by you, your song, Young Chris, and of course, DJ Block on the lead vocals, and of course, Tucumán, the former member of Casabe Agrupación. And this is a brand new production. It's not out yet.
No, it's coming out like next month, and it's called Nanigi by it's DJ Black singing it, and produced by Young Chris. Me on the bass, and we have Tuku as back vocals.
There you go.
It's a nice tune.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Brand new tune by Aurelio Martinez from Los Bravos del Caribe, Conexión Caribe album.
La conocí en un bar bailando, muriéndose de las penas, ahogándose en el alcohol por una decepción. Así me enredé con ella
Spice Girl, escape darling. Hey, say que le que se dede. Hey, say que le que salada. Hey, say que le que se dede. Hey, say que le que salada. You know, porque o meu já ele o aguda loliali. You know, porque o meu já ele o aguda loliali. Oh, ayana yo, asupria na gira mama mali wiba.
Let me China go attack them corona. We're setting us something sweet, something sweet, something, can name it. How about some givity? I ligena busha me brown. We're setting us something givity. La tega magra bohade na we're setting a ni chabu no nyi. Eri baba nataya, 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 nataya. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube sano no. Sagube sano no. Sagube sano no. Sagube yey baba nataya, 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 nataya. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube siduru no. Sagube siduru no. Sagube siduru no. Sagube siduru no. Nataya, 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 nataya. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Sagube give it no. Bueno pues, wadaga yalita no madago. La diga sago na tokate delete. Abana sandero. Abana sandero. Yemete beno kala wage. Wala di supposed na de kala remedio be. Usati na murusu salu. Usati na murusu sidoro. It's some give it time. Ube. Hey baba. Hey latale. Shakati. Latale. Young prince. Latale. Chops chops. Hey latale. Bunkin. Latale. AC. Hey latale. Birdie. Latale. Bugaman. Hey latale. Hey mama give it. Hey dada give it. Hola nada me give it. Hola boga na give it. Oh Garifuna give it. Hey bime give it. Hola nada me give it. Hola nada me give it. Oh baby mama.
Okay, familia, we're going to say goodnight now. We're going to say goodnight. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Don't forget, Wednesday at 7 p.m. We'll be back with Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. GAHFU presentó Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Es un programa semanal de 7 de la noche a 9 de la noche todos los miércoles a través de www.radiocentroamerica.com en Los Ángeles y www.lmbroots.com radio en Nueva York. Tune in next Wednesday again for Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct through www.radiocentroamerica.com and lmbroots.com radio in New York. Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m.